Welcome back. Right now we're going to be speaking with one of Toronto's foremost litigators. She's not just a Bay Street lawyer, but recently she made history by becoming the first black woman in Toronto to actually become a bencher in the 220-year history of the Law Society. I'm talking about Tanya Walker. Hi, Tanya.
Hi, thank you for having me.
How are you doing?
I'm well, thanks. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Now, you are known everywhere in Toronto. You've been in Toronto Star, all kinds of medium, inspiring with your story. Tell me, what made you decide to become a lawyer?
Oh, well, when I was a little girl, I used to watch a show, I'm dating myself, but The Cosby Show. Have you heard of it?
Yes.
And so I loved Claire Huxtable. She was a lawyer, and I don't think I understood what a lawyer did at that point in time. But my parents said, well, you're very argumentative, but you're driven, and you get good grades, so we think you should pursue that. And I think the most important thing is that I always appreciated serving, helping others. I taught my sister how to read when she was 2 years old. I just always felt such joy in helping other people.
Wow, great. What are some of the challenges you face as not just a lawyer, but a female lawyer? Not just a female lawyer, but a black female lawyer. How has it been like, navigating this law profession, being all these things?
Well, sometimes it's a challenge, but sometimes the challenge is within myself. And for instance, I'll give you an example if I may. My parents wanted me to think a different way, so they made me attend an Italian immersion school. And at that school, there were probably 2 or 3 black students in the entire school. So at times when I would get a good grade, my paper wouldn't be displayed along with the rest of the papers. And my parents taught to me, you always have to work twice as hard to even be considered to be on the same page. And that always stayed with me. So when I became a lawyer, now 11 years of practice, it's about 90% men, Caucasian men. And sometimes when counsel, they're aggressive, I sometimes take it personally because I think to myself, well, I'm working twice as hard. Why are you acting that way? But I have to realize that it's more objective and they're protecting the interest of their clients. And I shouldn't take it personally at all. So sometimes my challenges were within myself that I had to overcome.
And I'll say that you've done well with overcoming whatever challenges you face because you made history recently.
Yes.
And you became the first black female bencher in Toronto in the 220 years history of the Law Society. Tell me about that journey. How was that?
It was exciting. Well, if I could explain what a bencher is, the Law Society is kind of like the parliament for lawyers and governs the public. So if a law school is interested in becoming accredited, they actually have to get the approval from the benchers, which are the board of directors. Lawyers, sometimes their licenses are suspended, and that's by the benchers. They have quite a bit of power. And historically, the benchers have been older Caucasian men. It's very difficult to become a bencher in Toronto because you have to run in an election. And the election is held every 4 years, and you have to campaign as if you're running for mayor, and you need votes. You need around 3,000 votes to become a bencher. So you need, not only lawyers can vote for you, so you need at least 3,000 people to know, lawyers, to know who you are and vote for you. So one of my mentors is John Campion, and he was a bencher for over 10 years. And he suggested to me, Tanya, I think you should run. I'm like, oh, you're an older, Caucasian guy, that's your thing, not for me, I'm junior lawyer, I'm younger, I am in a small firm, I'm not from a big Bay Street firm because I have my own firm. And he said, it doesn't matter, I'll help you, you should be there. So I researched it more and I thought, I love to serve, and I think that the Law Society would benefit from having someone who's a junior lawyer, a black woman, from a smaller firm. My perspective might be a little different than everybody else's. So I'll run. And then I decided to run, and he appointed himself as my campaign manager, and I ended up getting in. So I'm very grateful, I'm excited, and I'm honored to serve.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you.
And also you're the youngest bencher.
Yes, youngest or one of the youngest, I know that for sure. Most of the benchers are probably within 20 to 30 year of practice, and I'm 11.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you.
Really amazing.
Thank you.
Now, what are some of the principles or lessons learned along the way that have helped you to achieve this level of success?
Always appreciate, there's 3 actually, I would say. Always appreciate what other people do for you. No one owes anything to you. And so I don't see my success as only my success. I have a great team at my firm. I have a wonderful family, husband, sister. They're very, very supportive, and all my friends. I mean, there's time that I don't spend with them. There's a sacrifice that they make, and just having the support of everybody, let them know that I appreciate what they do for me. I believe the second is, when you know your purpose, you have to be prepared to make sacrifices. And so that means this week I worked 80 hours. But I had to get into court, I had to serve my client to the best of my ability, and that's just what you need to do. And the third is, I would say it's hard work. It's you have to be prepared to work very, very hard. Many days I'm in my office by 7. I don't leave until a little bit after 6. And I love what I do, so it doesn't feel like work, but you have to be prepared to work hard and take it one day at a time. Sometimes you live in a world of instant gratification, and you should realize that it takes probably at least 5 to 10 years to know your craft and excel at it.
Wow, great. I know you also recently got married. Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
For someone out there who's watching right now, who has a dream or vision, what would you say to them regarding, how to take that first step and move on that idea or dream?
I would say you probably need 3 steps. The first is purpose. What is your purpose? Why are you on this planet? It's very difficult to even answer that question. But once you understand what your purpose is, such as my purpose is to serve, it will help streamline you in the right direction. And the second is believe. You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe that you are meant to be successful. You are not meant to fail. You have to believe the glass is half full, because there will be roadblocks. There will be people that don't think that you should be where you want to be. It could be family, it could be friends, and you have to believe in yourself so strongly that you're willing to distance yourself from people who don't believe in you. And I would say the last would be, you have to be prepared to change your habits. If you know what you're here to do and you believe in yourself, there's sometimes some habits that you might have that might prevent you from getting to where you want to go. So sometimes you should evaluate yourself, write down the habits that you have. It could be you like to sleep in, right? So if you want to be an entrepreneur, sleeping in, unless you're going to bed at 5 a.m., it's probably not the best thing to do. But change one habit at a time to the point where it feels natural, like when you brush your teeth in the morning. You don't think about it. It's just something that you do.
Wow, that's important. And a lot of kids, we have a mentorship program. They say to us, I want to be my own boss because I just don't want to go to work when I don't want to. But the thing is, when you are your own boss, you have to go to work when you don't want to go to work.
Yes.
Because if you don't do it, it's not going to get done. So I must commend you for all the hard work. Now, we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we'll be speaking to Tanya about her plans for the future. Don't go away.